as a whole. It's the first domino to fall. As long as you're accountable for them funds, she's accountable for the child. Both of you are doing your part. Basically, on a level 1 level.
On a beginner's level.
It is accountability on a basic level. Yes.
Yeah, so what you
now
so you saying long as you saying in any situation it's still gonna be like you, but other situation like they put you in, your accountability is what
even if you don't pay it, as long as you willing to admit to yourself in the world, yeah, I'm a deadbeat dad. I don't give a shit. That's you taking accountability for not being shit. I mean, it can go both ways, negative and positive. It's just, what is your name? How much value does your name have to you? Because the value of your name determines your value of accountability. I mean, if you
that's true.
If you just a crash out type kid,
right now, when you look at it like that, when you look at like your name, and you look at like the value of your name having accountability, that's a different level. Because if you're really judging it off the statistics in society, some people, they're in my mindset, I feel like some people's name is the reason why they move the way they move, because of the accountability of the history of their family and what they trying to make out of, what they trying to keep up, what image they trying to keep up, and the standards that come with that name. Some people, they got a name, but because of so many people overlooking the shit they do, where they don't have to take accountability because somebody said that's just who they is, they always like that. Them are the people that they get into these ways that we call stubborn. We call, you got ego tripping or power tripping, because they think they the shit because our family and people spoil them. How people care for them and take care of them. They feel like they don't never do nothing wrong. And so them the people that I be trying to weed out of my lifestyle, because they don't, for one, take accountability, and they feel like they always right.
Man, you can't blame them, because if they're brought up anything like the way you said, when did they have a reason to think otherwise?
See?
And it actually make a difference. That's why I asked that question, like, who did what to you? Because that's always what they grew up on. Whenever they come, I'm hurt, she crying. As soon as mom come in there, who did it? Oh, what hurt the baby? Out the gate. There's certain little words and certain little ways they flex them sentences are sliding that dependency right on out your system, replacing it with the dependency upon them to be the answer to your problems. Lord bless my grandma's soul, because I knew every time I did something I ain't had no business doing, I could run straight to her, because I knew that was my accountability right there. As long as I got up under that leg, couldn't nothing happen to me. True story. Had one of them old pellet rifles back in the day. I was like 4 or 5 years old. Hear my dad tell a story. He got this little scar on his head right here to this day. I asked him about it, and he said that grandma sent me in there to wake him up for work one morning. I went in there, I'm on my business. Let's grandma, what grandma say goes. She the key. That's my accountability, grandma. So I roll up in there, said, Mama said get up for work. He ain't trying to hear it. I forgot. I don't know what he was saying, but he wasn't getting up. So I knew where he kept the piece at. I done went in the drawer, pulled out his little pillow. Thank God that's all I knew about. I put it up to his head. Mama said, get up and go get our money. He wasn't trying to do it. He wasn't trying to be accountable. Me, being me, I was trained up to be. I done pulled the trigger on my pops. Fired off. He got this metal stick of this water metal stuck in his head, and he's chasing after me. He ain't fast enough. I mean, he's trying to pull this pellet out of his head, and blood's going everywhere. I done made it to grandma, right up under that leg. Untouchable. She sees the blood gushing down his head. He tells her that I done shot him. She said, well, you should have got up. I heard him. Accountability wiped. No problem. He still got the mark to this day. I was a brat, long story short, growing up. Why? Because I ain't have to worry about no accountability. You know what I see today? I see a lot of brats running around here. Only difference from me and them is they ain't walking around with no pellet rifles. They got the real deal. And thank God all I had was a toy, because I would have been one of these labeled statistic, quote unquote, brats running out here, but they call them walk them down, insert name here.
Yes, sir.
Why? Why is that? No accountability. There ain't gotta be.
But that's crazy right there. I like that story though. I like how you broke that down, bro, because that gives people a better perspective on what is like what you come from, what molds you to be who you are. But then on the flip side, bro, like for my story, I came from where I always had to take accountability for like my brother and sister actions. So it was more like when I came up, I was always blamed for what they did. You the older brother, so it's your fault why they acting this way. You should not let them do this, or you shouldn't let them do that. And so I always had to take accountability. So as I got older, I was always the first one to say it's my fault, or I was always the one trying to cover somebody's ass, because all I ever known was to take the blame, was to be the safety blanket, the security blanket. And that's because of how my mama molded me, how my mama made me. You the older brother, it's your fault. If they did that, you should have said something, because you the oldest in here. And then I get my ass whooped because of what my brother and sister actions were. You see what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, when you grow up and you realize, like, damn, like accountability is, y'all didn't see me taking accountability for y'all actions. Just like my mama, she never realized, like, all your life you mold me to be this way. Even down to like when it come down to putting you into, you know, when we grew up and when we was talking about family earlier, about how you could take accountability of the family you create, but you can't take accountability for the family that you was brought into. Because, oh shit, what you see?
Oh, nothing.
Oh shit, the camera went out.
Oh.